Welcome back. You're watching ET Insight. It's official. PE and VC firms are eyeing the Indian market like never before. Everyone's on the lookout for the next big deal. Nikhil Shivdas tells you which sectors on the radar of these investors and why.
The writing is on the wall. PE players are aggressively sealing deals. What helps the fact is that India has recovered quickly from the global recession, primarily because of policy initiatives and its large domestic market. So if PE players were hunting for global companies a decade earlier, now they're hunting for businesses that have the potential to tap the market here.
Anything which has a domestic bias, a domestic consumer bias, I think that continues to be a big strategy for us.
India is rapidly urbanizing, and therefore we see a scope for investment in entire urban infrastructure. Also on the branded services side, there we see huge scope for investment. Aside from that, there are other sectors where we see a lot of action on the ground, namely the road sector, where a lot of contracts are currently being given. Also on the power transmission and distribution front, we see great opportunities because the demand there is just exploding.
If demand is exploding, so is the deal flow. In the past 2 months, PE firms have picked up stakes in several Indian companies across sectors, and there's buzz that many more deals are in the pipeline. So which sectors are PE players betting big on? If the first quarter data is anything to go by, then infrastructure is the clear winner.
If you look at the data, I think that the most recent quarter it looked like close to 45 or 50% of capital invested went towards infrastructure. So I think there's a very, very clear bucket which is attracting the majority of capital, and that is infrastructure, whether it's power or roads or ports.
In the first quarter this year, more than $500 million, which is a substantial chunk of PE money, went into infrastructure, followed by telecom, retail, financial services, and real estate and construction. In terms of volumes of deals, IT retained the top slot, followed by infrastructure, real estate and financial services.
The tier 1 cities, metros, PC penetration is okay. Majority of the families or households have broadband. But then we are looking at the 700 to 800 million odd people living in tier 2, 3, 4, 5 cities in India, and how to actually increase the technology adoption out there.
Fund managers say that over the next few quarters, the infrastructure sector will be their favorite. What's driving PE interest in this sector is the fact that the government plans to double its infrastructure spending in the 12th five-year plan and has raised its emphasis on developing urban infrastructure.
In infrastructure, I think lots of investment that are required in energy, in hardcore infrastructure, which are going to be $100 million, $200 million plus kind of ticket sizes of each particular deal.
In the past 3 years, PE and VC investors have put in close to $1.2 billion in 9 non-renewable power generation companies and about $500 million in companies that generate power through renewable resources like wind and solar energy. With governments across the world pushing the green cause, there's more money that will come into companies that use renewable energy.
In power particularly, there's also the influence of wanting to become green, not only through the pushes of the government, through incentive programs, but even as we see how the world is dealing with deficits and shortages of natural resources, it becomes very natural for anybody to start looking at the renewable part of the power sector, which has become a natural opportunity.
But that is not the only natural opportunity that India has to offer. India's biggest advantage is this: its massive population. With over 1 billion people who have been denied access to several products and services, this is the next big opportunity. Many PE and VC funds are banking on this opportunity. In the past quarter, 8 PE deals have been signed in the financial services sector, including a $100 million investment by ICICI Venture, Carlyle and Sequoia Capital in Star Health and Allied Insurance. Within financial services, insurance and microfinance are the hottest segments.
We're very excited about the microfinance sector. We're invested in a very impressive company called SKS Microfinance, where we've been an investor for many years, and that's a sector that I believe has huge promise.
We think that this is a sector which should grow at about 18 to 20% for the industry, and so if we can find players in there which are kind of outperforming the industry, you should easily be able to get a 30% CAGR growth or an IRR on that.
Thanks to its population, India is one of the fastest growing mobile telephony markets in the world, which makes it a sector that PE and VC players just cannot afford to ignore. Many of them are betting big on telecom infrastructure. In the recent quarter, PE funds are putting close to $300 million in companies like TowerVision and Ticona Digital Networks. Telecom continues to lure PE investors, as does the retail sector. In the past quarter, 5 deals worth $241 million were signed. KKR, New Silk Route and Standard Chartered Private Equity jointly sealed the largest deal, $200 million for Coffee Day Resorts. So why are consumer businesses so attractive?
The most important story that people are chasing is the Indian consumption story, so which means reaching out to the Indian middle class or the rural consumer through either brand-driven businesses.
And then there's the usual fare of real estate and construction, education and IT. That then is really what makes India a hot destination for private equity investment. Almost every sector of the economy is growing, promising rich returns to those brave enough to place their bets.
Well, with that, it's a wrap on this edition of ET Insight. Do send us your feedback and suggestions. Thanks so much for watching.